For any player in Britain and Ireland, there is no greater honour than to play in a test match for the Lions. Those that do this afternoon will be desperate to leave these shores with a win 2-1. Sounds a lot better than 3-0. Also interactive today, simply press the red button for highlights, archive footage and stats as well, and in high definition on channel 408. Match commentary comes from Stuart Barnes and Miles Harrison.
Thanks, Simon. As we said this time last week, 5 more minutes in the first test, it probably would have been 1-0 Lions. Well, 5 minutes less in the second test and the Lions would probably have levelled at 1-1. But it's 2-0, and whether the Lions deserve to be in this situation is now a redundant debate. The series is gone, but the chance for the squad to show that their rugby can be winning rugby has not.
No, the Lions are playing for the win and their pride against a much-changed Springbok team who are aiming for a first ever whitewash and a chance to force their way into the Tri-Nations team. The series has gone, but do not doubt the significance of today's third test.
Sweeping changes for South Africa. Why not? They have a Tri-Nations to consider now, as well as the series here. A selection to keep players on their toes.
Tendam Taru, prop.
John Smith, prop. Chili Boy Pele, okay.
Johan Miller, second row.
Victor Matfield, second row.
Heinrich Broussard, back row. John Smith, back row. Ryan Kienkowski, back row. Rudy Priya, scrum off.
Morgenstein, fly off.
Wynand Olivier, center.
Jacques Fury,
center.
Tronganokwe, wing.
Edward Dungane, wing.
Zane Kersner, fullback.
And Zane Kirshner makes his debut. Chilaboy Ralapele and last week's hero Mornay Steyn both start for the first time. To the Lions, and they ring the changes too. Some forced, some not.
Andrew Sheridan, prop. Phil Vickery, prop.
Matthew Rees, hooker.
Simon Shaw, second row. Paul O'Connell, second row. Joe Worsley, back row.
Martin Williams, back row.
Jamie Easlip, back row.
Mike Phillips, scrum half.
Stephen Jones, fly half.
Ricky Flutie, centre.
Tommy Bowe, centre.
Shane Williams, wing.
Hugo Monnier, wing.
Rob Carney, fullback.
And Ricky Flutie and Joe Worsley, the Lions test debutants in that side. The replacements, both sides opting for 5 forwards, 2 backs, and why 2 of those forwards can't be props for both teams, well, we'll leave that to the lawmakers this summer. For South Africa, Stephen Sykes will play against the Lions for a 3rd time on this tour and win his first cap should he come on. And for the Lions, John Hayes and James Hook called in from outside last Saturday's 22. The Lions squad took a few days off at the start of the week to try and get the loss of their main reason for being here out of the system. But what they have gained on this tour is an awful lot of respect, and they will not want that to be thrown away here. And let's not forget that support, that wonderful support too. And for many of this Lions team, this will be their final Lions occasion. And for head coach Ian McGeechan, too, of course, he says it's his last tour in charge, a record 7th as player or coach. So there's a lot of emotion washing around that dressing room and tunnel area now.
Yeah, and getting back to the point of the need for the Lions to perform, Warren Gatland said in the week, we know if we don't perform, all the hard work will go down the tubes. The Lions haven't won a test, but they have won a lot of fans. Today, it's the test match they need.
So a lot of emotion and also determination to finish with a test match win. As Captain Paul O'Connell said to us all on Wednesday, we've not come here for big performances that are losing performances. 3-0 would cut deep, and here's a squad, and that's what it truly is now. Casualties on the way, a squad eager to prove itself with this last chance.
Well, most of the talk, most of the week has been about the recall of Phil Vickery, but if the Lions are going to win today, it might be Andrew Sheridan with a more destructive role to play by attacking Captain Smith, destabilising the Springboks scrum and putting the great Fourie de Pria on the back foot.
So what of South Africa as the Lions form their final test match huddle? The Springboks, certainly a selection from them that sends a strong signal to some of those who won the series that they cannot be complacent. It's a big opportunity for those chosen to finish the job to not only play in a Lions series but to stake big claims for what comes after this. And it could be that the home squad will be dangerously liberated by the banking of the series and feel like a bit of a flutter today, having been given the coach's backing. That's what the Lions will face.
Well, in the last half hour of the second test, it was the strength of the Springbok squad that won the game. The Lions had the better 15, but when the injuries came, they couldn't match South Africa. Today, they have players who wouldn't have started. It's a big test of the Lions squad.
John Smith knows he's a winning captain in this series. He'll be excited by the selection. The centres have both been in better form in the Super 14 than the ones who started the first two tests. The wings are lightning quick, if lacking a little experience. And Mornay's staying, well, he's shown you don't need caps to be to the manner born. This will be a driven team. And they will be pulled out of the tunnel by their supporters.
Well, expect fireworks from homeboy Jacques Fourie today. The form centre in South Africa. Today's a golden chance for him to confirm that last week's painful try from the Lions' perspective wasn't a fluke and that he is the man ready to claim South Africa's number 13 shirt. He will hold their defence together. He will cause the Lions all sorts of problems.
The Lions could not afford another 2005, and they haven't had that. But they are facing a whitewash here in South Africa for the first time. Once again, the test to be played in excellent conditions, a little bit chilly. We've had two gloriously sunny and warm test match Saturdays. Bit of cloud today, but players can't really complain as the series looks for an appropriate end. Referee Stuart Dickinson of Australia told both sides in their Tuesday night meeting that he would not tolerate off-the-ball foul play. Dickinson, an experienced operator. And talking of foul play, Bakis Botha got a 2-week ban. The reason for the armbands, I think most people agree, the Lions included, that Botha was unlucky. Armbands, not so sure about that.
Slight overstatement, isn't it? I mean, Bakis Botha is missing one test match. He's not been put away for 6 months. It shouldn't have been a yellow card. It wasn't a yellow card. It shouldn't have been a sighting. It's unfortunate, but it's a wrong call.
8 points have separated the teams over the test so far. The overall score, 54 South Africa Lions, 46. In percentage terms, is that a fair reflection, or is it more 50-50? The Lions believe perhaps it should be weighted in their favour. Here's a chance to prove it. And South Africa kick off, looking to show their depth of talent as they bask in the satisfaction of a series win. But they want 3-0, make no mistake. The Lions get the first penalty, and a chance for Stephen Jones to find touch.
Just a little bit frantic there, the Springbok pack, but that's a superb kick from Morné Steyn, who ever since he's come on in the first test has looked a complete player. Stephen Jones himself played very well last week, but it's going to be hard for Jones without O'Driscoll and Roberts outside him. Here you can see the kickoff gave every chance, a lot of pressure on the beast off his feet, and you certainly won't see anybody getting away with coming in one-on-one with little cheap shots today.
Matthew Rees to throw. To Martin Williams and Mike Phillips. And Martin Williams getting his chance to start a Lions test at last. Tourist in 01 and 05, and he's had to be so patient, but that is stolen on the floor, and that will be worrying. But Martin Williams gets in to respond. Here's Kirshner's first touch. It's touched in flight. Here's Shane Williams, he's just checking. How do they get there so quickly? Well, everyone put on side. And it's turnover ball, and it's fed out by Captain Smith. Here's Kirshner again. Monya's pushed backwards. Monya, like Vickery, trying to get the first test out of the system. But I think we're going to get a fairly open game. That was the promise from both sides. And it's starting in that fashion. And there's Carney, who continues in the fashion that he played last week. Stephen Jones, a good link, and Martin Williams again. Lovely little step from Williams. Great to see him getting his hands on the ball early on. The captain too, Paul O'Connell. Mike Phillips, and running across field here a little bit there to find Jamie Heaslip was Tommy Bowe, who's operating, remember, at centre today. Lovely hands once more. Williams thought about it, it was too risky. Well, what a pacey start.
Great confidence from the Lions. Now that's what Sheridan needs to do, give quick ball for Phillips.
Rees must preserve possession on the floor, and they get a penalty.
Well, Rob Carney starts this test as he finished the last one. I think it was one of the outstanding fullback performances of many years as an international, unflinching under the high ball and never afraid of the counter.
Play the ball. He has to roll away.
Yeah, I reckon he was quick enough under his feet.
No, not that one. The one on the touch. He's in our ruck.
We'll have a look. We'll have a look.
Forceful captaincy there from Paul O'Connell. And this is what he's talking about. Heinrich Brosseau, the bane of the Lions for the Cheetahs, and in the Test series, especially when he came on. He's got away with stealing a couple. He doesn't get away with that.
And Martin Williams earlier in the tour was injured, remember, and denied that chance to go against Brosseau, which could have been a test trial. Stephen Jones pulls that away to the side of the post, and it's the South African flags that wave to greet the missed kick, and first opportunity for the Lions to get some points. Nothing untoward there from Simon Shaw. He was just being a big fella.
And making sure he fell into Kirshner. So Stephen Jones's immaculate record goes with the first.
And taken by Shaw, who was immense last week. He really was. Returning to South Africa 12 years on. Kankowski's come through there. But the referee's not happy with that either. It's another Lions penalty.
Ryan Kankowski this time. John Smith's got his hands full here. South Africa giving a spate of early penalties away.
Yeah, there it is.
And Stuart Dickinson is one of these referees that could just get under South Africa's skin. He's refereed them 8 times. They've lost 6. The last 3 times Dickinson has refereed them, they have lost. That's the sort of figure that have players looking for injustices, and if that's the case, that will play into the Lions' hands.
Although he was the television match official in the World Cup final. But he was right. He was also the television match official last weekend, and he was right again on Jacques Ferry's try. That killer blow for the Lions. Can they strike a blow here?
Well, maybe the Springboks he was a TMO today as well. A lot of penalties for the Lions, a lot of territory.
6 red!
Rees to throw. In the din, tries to hear the call, and it goes to O'Connell. Rees comes round to collect it. Phillips to the blind side. No joy there. Kankowski throwing himself around early on.
One by Green.
He really is, and it's paid dividends. Kirshner, the Blue Bulls fullback, and who played so well in the Super 14, his first cap. Here's the Lions fullback, Rob Kearney.
Come, go!
Cushioned the blow, and how the loss of Lee Byrne. Kirshner trying to get back to his feet, held by Shane Williams, who's rather swatted away there. Fleury de Prier, Mornay Stain. Here's Brosseau. All muscle. Not a tall man, but a very powerful man. That was touched again. Now this might fall for Nokwe. He's got a boot on it. Here comes Kearney, the goalkeeper, and he's off again. Rob Kearney. Can he keep this up? If so, be one of the great series from a Lions fullback, a losing series. But good for him personally. Here's Shaw. That's a good offload. So too from Jones. Ricky Flutie gets into the match now. Picked up by Vickery. And he certainly meant that. Phillips to O'Connell. Dead rubber. Think again. Here's Jones to Bow. That's going to go forward in both ways, as a pass and as a knock-on. Hectic, really is.
The inspirational is coming from fullback again. Kearney's confidence is quite amazing. I mean, he's playing sublimely at the moment. He sees the space, he's looking for the opportunities all the time. I mean, this is incredible stuff from the Lions fullback. It really is. You know, you and I were saying in the week, can he possibly get anywhere near that performance last week? And he started just as well. Good start for the Lions as well. You can see that the pressure valve has been slightly released. They are going out and they are playing. They did that last week, but Kearney, it's almost as if, hey, there's nothing to lose. Let's throw everything at this game.
Talk this week also, do the Lions just have that extra little bit with the series having been decided? South Africa, do they have that extra little bit with possibly one eye on the Tri-Nations?
Well, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because the individuals involved today who haven't played, they're looking a couple of weeks ahead. The Lions are looking at, 4 years for the younger players and the end of the Lions' career for the older ones. It's very hard to know if the Lions' pride can do it now. First scrum, can Sheridan get into Captain Smith?
And what about Vickery renewing against the Beast? Yes, they can. It's a penalty. And look how Monua's running off the wing. And also look at that on the floor. Between the two sevens, Smith and Williams. But nothing overturned. And it stays as a very kickable chance now for Stephen Jones.
Oh, British and Irish bulldozing in the scrum there. Lions front row puts the Boks under all sorts of pressure there. Front five working so hard. Sheridan's coming in at an angle there and Smith can't handle that. He's up, the Beast is up. South African heads everywhere.
It was Ralapele who was squeezed out. Chilaboy Ralapele in his first start for his country at hooker. Here's Stephen Jones, missed the first, but not the second.
As you say, Chilaboy Ralapele was squeezed out. You remember after the first test, Lee Mears lost his place and there was questions, is he quite powerful enough in the scrum? And here we can see Brosseau and Williams with their own battles. Juan Smith involved as well. But Ralapele is not a big hooker and the Lions will look to work him.
Oh, it really skipped on that ball. That's altitude for you. And then Shane Williams is not at the happiest of tours, to say the least, yet to get a try. He's been involved in 9 of the 10 matchday squads.
And Sean Edwards has been saying and stressing how hard he's worked, and he has worked hard, and his defence has been pretty good by and large, 1 or 2 errors, but the magic hasn't been there, and Williams wasn't in form during the domestic season. He was picked to provide the magic. It hasn't quite happened.
Ralapele throws and throws well to find Juan Smith, and then that's Venon Olafia back in the side for the first time since the autumn of 2007. It has been South Africa's way in this series to strike back when the Lions get points. It's a champion quality that they have, like winning games at the death, and there they go, straight back at the Lions. Williams made the mistake with a slice kick, and suddenly we're set to be at 3 apiece.
Every test this has been the case. Lions strike, South Africa come back. They have been more efficient in the opposition 22, be it scoring first phase tries, be it kicking penalties from Mornay Steyn.
This will be interesting.
We spoke about the tackle area, players on the ground not releasing. Your man there made the tackle, stayed on the player, didn't release him at any stage. Keep it going, let him release the ball. Let it, hands off.
Mornay Steyn, at the start of the day, 34 minutes of international rugby. He's already a hero for 12 years in view of what he did at the end of the game last week. Well, at the start of this one, he equalises just over 11 minutes played at Ellis Park.
Well, you heard Stuart Dickinson talking about players playing the ball on the floor there, and I think rather than just saying stop, Stuart Dickinson has to make a decision soon. It's a test match, but that's no reason not to give yellow cards to the perpetrators who are killing the game. We want this game to flow, and if people are going off their feet and are constantly committing infringement, and Stuart Dickinson must be strong early on.
Jones down the middle, and Kirshner ran into his own man. The Lions felt that they were therefore obstructed from making the fair challenge. Might well have had a point as well. Here's Carney over the top of the first green line and trying to get there against Kirshner. Now he's fallen the right way. Can Phillips see it?
Wonderful technique yet again.
You're off your feet. You're lying on the ground. You can't touch it.
Williams chips, meant for Flutie. Now this will test his injury, all right, but offside, says the referee. There's Undungani, Undungani went back. And there goes Fourie de Prier, flying away with a penalty. Heaslip just controls himself. Smith.
No, 7, you're off your feet. Stay back.
Didn't feel like there was an offside, but I think we'll need to see it again to confirm or deny. But it's given South Africa this opportunity. De Preer, who started it at pace. Here comes Juan Smith again, 6'4", approaching 17 stone. Along the line, Undungane, lost by Matfield. Fluty's got this one, he's looking for a quick offload, can't get his arms free. Shane Williams didn't even look, he knew exactly where Sheridan was. He didn't look and knew where Vickery was. So very encouraging the way the Lions are carrying this ball and taking the game to South Africa. Once again, Shaw takes it into contact. Phillips to Jones. Tommy Bowe looks for the handoff. Equal top try scorer on tour with Ugo Monye. Both have 4. Here's Williams. Hand in from South Africa. Force for Worsley. Inside to Captain O'Connell. And inside that 22 as well. Didn't come through the side, said the referee, and the ball was definitely out. It was being set back. And now Steyn has kicked long. And Carney's got a long way to go back here. Gets away from Nokwe. And the ball is still in. And it's Fourie de Preer. Where's he going? He's going through the lot, and Juan Smith nearly got with him. Nokwe. Chance for a drop goal. Steyn so good at them normally, but not that time. Monye, where's this going to bounce? Olife's after him. Monye taken down. Good kick under pressure. Referee had a look at it, but I think that was all right from Olife. It's a tough game, this.
Nothing wrong at all there with Oliveira. You don't need the Lions fans screaming for penalties every time. I mean, this is an appalling attempt at a drop goal from Steyn, but it bounces worryingly for the Lions. Monye clears it up well. Olivier puts the pressure on, but there is absolutely nothing wrong there, and that's a fine kick from the Harlequins man. Good clearance.
Said he had the tears after the first test. Now he's got this shot at Lions redemption. Relapello firing that in towards Matfield. Of course, a world leader in his position, Victor Matfield, but no Barkis Botha alongside today. And they lose a bit of physical presence with Botha off the field, no doubt about that. Carney calls for the mark.
You have to kick better than that to that man, Rob Carney. He has hardly, I don't think he's dropped a ball in a test in 15 minutes under immense duress. That was an easy kick, and Carney will probably fire this one back with something in hand. He does, good kick. Very important for the Lions, you know, because Fourie de Preer's kicking game is immense. And with Carney there, so composed, it does take quite an edge out of South Africa's game.
Unstoppable de Preer at times when he played like he played last week. Here's Phillips, Jones, over halfway again. Flutie with that step of his. Phillips. What a strong presence he's been in this series, but holding on that time. By the scrum half, who's played all the way through the series. It's Dwayne Peel in 2005, wasn't it? And now Mike Phillips in 2009.
That was about Heinrich Brosseau, though, wasn't it? He was like a limpet. He got on top of Phillips, he stayed on his feet, forced Phillips to give the penalty away. Phillips carrying Matfield, here he comes, 6. He's down, he's up, on his feet. Phillips holds onto the ball because Brosseau is just a wall stopping any Lions getting there. He's done that so well every time we've seen him on this trip.
Man who scored in the first test and then was promptly substituted, and you wondered why. The Cheetah combo reunited, Brosseau and Smith. Also played a vital part when he came on last week, Brosseau, as a substitute. Here's Steyn, Olivier ducks, Kirshner. Well, it wasn't how the Springboks wanted it to work, and they still make something from it. De Preer to Steyn, and Nokwe, another Cheetah, has knocked that on.
Not into the game yet, Nokwe, fastest man in the South African squad. Morné Steyn at the moment is standing a little bit deep, not really bringing any Lions onto him, makes it very easy for Bowe, even if he does take that ball.
Nokwe's dangerous, isn't he? Got a try and debut against Argentina and 4 tries against Australia in his first Tri-Nations match.
touch, don't leave him, stay straight.
Again, it's more pressure. Well, the Beast's left hand there is on the ground, and that is a penalty in anyone's book. That should not have been a reset.
Well, Stuart Dickinson's checking it on that far side. That's where he needs an assistant to tell him straight away it's a penalty.
3. Yeah.
Oh,
Listen, the pair of
Vickery
you
is
had to
hitting
go
in
that.
hard there, isn't he?
Up and straight, both of you.
Last week, 2 weeks ago, he backed off a bit. This week, he's not giving. He is not giving the Beast the hit and allowing him to use that dynamic athleticism he possesses.
Okay. Is that right there?
And yesterday we listened to him give a news conference, and what a polished performance it was, considering how much mud has been going Phil Vickery's way. But he said one thing in that chat to the media that stuck in the mind: I've not looked forward to a game like this in the whole of my career. And there's a man who's captain in a World Cup final.
Straight. Head up, start straight, don't leave him. Head up. Get it up there, you're already heading that way. Crouch.
No doubt the Lions do have South Africa under pressure at the moment.
Was given the free kick, so not the full arm, and a chance to go for touch. I'm sure the Lions wanted to. They want to play with speed. Here's Jones again. Plenty of players here. Flutie one of them, and Monya come right off that wing, was on the inside. Here's Joe Worsley. Stripped for the ball by Undungani, and it comes to Kirshner. That really shouldn't happen. The Beast gets the cheer from the crowd in the loose, if not in the tight. There's Olifia. Steyn with the up and under. Seen so many of these in the series, and so many of them have been dealt with by that man, Rob Kearney, who wasn't looking for touch there. He knew exactly what he'd done, taking the ball back into the 22. Steyn, high again. Where's Kearney again? Catching, but also being tackled by Smith. He was really fired up today, Johan Smith, in his 57th cap. Jones kicks. Cautious chase from the Lions. They fan across and put the pressure on Kirshner that way and do the job.
It's very interesting watching South Africa's back three there. Undungani and Kirshner, as we watch Kearney take this one. Fui is always there. I was watching Nokwe. He was really idling. He's about 35 metres upfield from the other three. So if South Africa want to put width on it, it's very hard, because Nokwe wasn't thinking about where the ball was there.
Pele, his last cap as a replacement at Twickenham, that 42-6 win at the end of the year. There's Smith.
Well, Johan Smith quite a lot in the early game, haven't they? Early part.
Well, he's so often the cement and the bricks as well. But Simon Shaw does not take a step backwards, especially when he's waited so long for this. Little chip over the top now. This will be interesting, the bounce here. It's away from Kankowski. Kearney can't take it cleanly, and the referee blows because of that.
Nice chip there from Mornay Steyn, bit of variety. Ryan Kankowski, a loose number 8, but an incredibly quick one with an ability to beat people like a winger. This is a clever kick. It's dangerous. Ball breaks away from both, and lo and behold, that is a minimal error, but it is an error from Rob Kearney.
Yeah, not an excuse for Kearney. This is a totally unrelated point, but it is a point about the pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not in great nick, is it? Used heavily during the football Confed Cup. The final was here, wasn't it? Brazil against the United States, not so long ago.
They watered it, didn't they? And they flattened it, and the rugby authorities were pretty disgruntled, especially yesterday. The South Africans training here, very upset with the conditions of the pitch.
De Priya, Steyn, Olafia, and here's Jacques Fourie. And they have broken through time and time again in situations like this, South Africa, in the series. Either off line out or scrum. First phase. Now they try and get through a few more as they approach the Lions line. Oh, that's a good hit there from Joe Worsley. And it needed to be made. He can't play it now, though. He's on the wrong side. De Priya. Steyn, Olafia, little step from him. It's gone to Undungani, who's almost in there. Jacques Fourie was sniffing as well. And with his power, the Lions would have been unlikely to stop him. But it's a turnover for the Lions this time. And it's Phillips. And that was great technique from Phillips as he got in a shape there to get the kick away instantly. Fine defence in the end, although they were cut apart.
Two lovely breaks from Olafia. Wonderful stuff from Phillips on Fourie, but that was the threat of the South African centres. That was Olafia going one way, when he goes the other, right to left. Real problems. You think here that Undungani is going to be through, but watch out for Matthew Rees. He shouldn't be making this tackle. This is a great effort from the wing. Superb play. Oh, wonderful tackle. Olafia drew the two lines. It was exemplary centre play. Matthew Rees above and beyond the call of duty. Brilliant tackle from the Scarlets hooker.
Now Francois Steyn is coming on. Jacques Fourie is off. So there's an adjustment that the South Africans really didn't want to make. Chatting with the coaching team yesterday, they're talking about Fourie's influence as an organiser. Well, here's the Lions' influence at the line-out, which leads to Tommy Bowe having a break upfield, supported now by Paul O'Connell, who got across quickly, didn't he, the captain? He slipped. And he wasn't held, and he goes on, and Shane Williams is inside! Williams, they're calling for a forward pass, but Stuart Dickinson says no, and Shane Williams has his try. Or does he say no? He's checked with his assistant. The try stands.
Jamie Heaslip does brilliantly there, and what Williams has always been good at, even when his form isn't at his best, is sniffing the try line. His running angle really good there. Superb support from Williams. South Africa, they went to sleep. They thought the tackle had been made on Heaslip. It wasn't. He did this last week. He went down, he's back, he's got great acceleration. The Leinster man sets it up, and the Osprey finishes. The Lions have the early lead.
Oh, it falls off the kicking tee, and Stephen Jones goes for the drop goal. And Stuart Dickinson makes sure again with the assistants that it didn't go over. It didn't. Well, that is a disappointing moment, to put it mildly, because that was a given 2 points there for Stephen Jones. So it stays at 8-3, but it is a try. He slipped. Well, he wasn't held. He's entitled to go on there, and no, he didn't look forward.
I tell you what, Simon Shaw was very clever there. He's very close to a block. Very close to a block. 2 points gone for the Lions, though.
Entitled to charge, not a penalty. Conversion as soon as Jones starts his run up to the ball.
Stay back for last feet.
Smith. Dupria. Carney, well, that's come off. Carney, well played by Ralapelli on the floor. Francois Steyn is on for Jacques Fourie. That's a blood injury, by the way. And nothing coming back for South Africa, so knock on South Africa put in. And you just hope that at the end of the match, the Lions don't rue that 2 points, the conversion.
Just watch, circle man Simon Shaw, watch the little angle he takes. Very clever to play. You could call it cynical, but if you're a Lions fan, you could call that very smart. Just checked his man. Wonderful offload with the left hand as well from Heaslip. Superbly finished. The ball broke loose. The Lions took full advantage there. They snaffled that one up.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Oh, but that should have been 7, shouldn't it?
Better South African scrum. What a pass that was from Dupria. And Undungani goes, floats it inside. And there is Heaslip. to intervene, set up a try moments ago. Now he's stopped one. O'Connell trying to wrestle it on. And his side at least will put into the scrum. And that was a better scrum from South Africa, and it nearly led to something.
Wonderful hands there, superb hands. The Lions thought they had the short side mark, but superbly quick. With a quick scrum, Dupree will be a major threat. Undingani just too quick for Worsley, but you just think, how could he get that ball away? Williams does everything right. Good covering from Heaslip. The try maker may just be a try saver there, but that was a brilliant example of the skills of Fourie Dupree. Take and give in no time.
And just looking at that replay, the Lions came back at the scrum, didn't they? But it was the initial hit from South Africa, and then the speed of getting the ball away.
Well, that's right. If they get a hit on with someone like the Beast, then they do create a little bit of space.
There's no issue with them walking around. Speed is fine.
Dowie, Franz Steyn is going off. The Lions are leading. What's your take of the first 25 minutes? Encouraged?
Very encouraged. I just see Joe Worsley in front of me. He's going back on the field. I think the medics were actually saying, no, you shouldn't come off. The intensity, I've got to say, has been equally as good as last week, if not better. These guys in the 15 red shirts are going out there to win this game today.
Thanks, Dowie. Jacques Fourie is back on. He's not wearing his original number 13, so just beware of that. He's got 23 on his back. And there's the full penalty this time.
No doubt, in the sporting battle within the war of the scrum, the Lions have had the better of the first 28 minutes, and Vickery will feel very pleased with his first half hour.
Can't wait to hear Wally on this at half-time. But he's tucking into it like he does a steak. Well, Vickery's tucking in too, along with Sheridan. Rees forming the front line. And it's a front line getting the decisions, getting the hit.
2 penalties and a free kick conceded at the scrum, and Sheridan that time put in Smith under pressure. Dickinson is very diligent at the scrum, isn't he? Checks his sides.
Here's Jones. Missing out Flutie, given to Tommy Bowe. Now Bowe loves a straight run. Of course, centre not an alien position to him. And Stephen Jones, such a good link man. And there he was again. It doesn't die when Stephen Jones has the ball. And here he comes round on the loop, orders Flutie to do, well, to look left, but Flutie thought he saw something on the inside. Of course, that can sometimes be a decoy, with Jones trying to take the attention of the defence with the gesticulation. Here's Phillips to Williams. His confidence boosted. Bowe to Carney. Round to Williams. That's lovely rugby. Shane Williams chips it inside, but there was nobody there apart from Mornay Steyn, who's made a bit of a hash of it, and he's going to have to kick this now. And he kicks it very well. Well, that was terrific play by the Lions in a very tight space.
It's the initial angle of each Lions player. Flutie steps inside first of all. Johan Muller, on another day, that's a penalty. But watch the angles now. Williams checked his man. Beautiful hands there, and Carney out to in. He created the space for Williams, and it's disappointing that no one in field read that, and the Lions did not put pressure on Steyn.
Joe Worsley's not right, and he's gone off, and Tom Croft, who admitted to the management this week that he really felt exhausted after those first 2 tests. When he's back on with 50 minutes of this one left, Joe Worsley gets some running repairs. Throw it not straight.
Disappointment for Rees and the Lions there. You can see that is not straight. But even the South African line-out hasn't been as efficient as it has in the first 2 tests. They've lost a couple of balls on their own throw. There's no doubt at all the Lions, I think, are mentally sharper in this first 30 minutes.
Which says a lot about them. Down goes that scrum again.
Yeah, it's this side.
Once again, Stuart Dickinson always moving around the scrum, looking to see where the pressure is. This time, he's looking to see what's happening between Vickery and the Beast.
I think he's blaming the ground here. We've moved to a little bit of More solid turf. Comes back to that point about the state of the surface.
Crouch! Touch! Pause!
It's
Engage!
sandy out there. And green-coloured sand as well in places, just to make it look less patchy.
Yeah, you're both heading down. Heads up, both of you, please. Bring it right up. Just bring it right up.
Well, neither man wants to be high and get the opposition man underneath him, so they're both going low early. Dickinson now switching round to the Lions' loose end side.
Pause, engage.
Phillips threw on to Prayer, but he got the ball away. Here's Olivier. Brousseau there with him, using those forearms to get that ball back. And there, his back row colleague Smith. Lions fight for it though on the floor. They drive over the top of it. Simon Shaw gives it to Mike Phillips. Matthew Rees, it's on. Ricky Flutie, Shane Williams to go with him. Had to use the boot in the end. Now, will it bounce back towards Flutie? It does! Williams has taken it! He's in for another! Well, today for the Lions is about so many things, with perhaps pride right at the top of the list. They're certainly showing that, but above all other things, it's about finding a way to a test match win. And as we approach half-time, it's 2 tries Williams, it's turnover ball, and this time it's the Lions who benefit from it.
Well, Simon Shaw involved with that. Ricky Flutie, ex-Wasp with the inside ball, and Shane Williams hasn't found a millimetre of space on this tour. Now has 2 tries in 33 minutes, but it's the key to turnover. So much of the tour, the Lions have struggled in that area. They're starting to get a couple of turnovers, and I must say South Africa are very ragged defensively. They're defending infield, and there is space. Flutie with the chip now. Undergardy should take him out. He doesn't. Well, that's a bit speculative from Flutie, but you've got to take some risks. It comes off, and Williams read it beautifully. Superb support line from Shane Williams.
Speculative, yes, but brilliant too from Flutie. And the conversion successful this time, didn't fall off its tee. So Stephen Jones has made it 15-3. Surely the Lions can't blow this position, surely. Carney again, solid.
15-3 with 47 minutes to go. It's only 2 converted tries.
But if you're going to win test matches, Stuart, and you're playing like this, you're creating moments like this, you've got to go on from here.
Oh yeah, and the other thing today, the South Africans have had a bit of territory and they've only got 3 points. They haven't been scoring when they've got the right territory, and the Lions, they've been taking half chances. The last 2 tests they missed full chances. Now they're sniffing up half chances, and that's a big difference.
Yeah, my point wasn't about whether South Africa can bridge the gap. Of course they've got time to do that. It's the Lions and whether they can now go and seal this one. And this period before half-time is what's making it so important. And if the Lions score again, Williams to O'Connell.
The genie is out of the box. Shane Williams is back.
He's sprinkling the stardust.
Rock! 3 red green, stay back.
Phillips, Jones, meant for Tommy Bow. Oh, Tommy Bow went backwards. Springboks are shell-shocked here. Phillips again, Shaw.
Leave it.
Phillips, Jones, here comes Bow. Williams looking for a first half hat-trick, but not from there, not even a rejuvenated Shane Williams. Sheridan. And he's given the obstruction. Stuart Dickinson, Jamie Heaslip coming in at the side and creating a way.
Thanks, Vinny.
And Matthew Rees took a blow there as well. Heaslip will come in from the side. Number 8, not binding, bang. I mean, in an equal world, he's going to get a 2-week ban for that, because that's not that different to Bakkies Botha.
And that's why you have sympathy with the South African case, if not the armbands.
Tommy Bowe should have taken that kick, Miles, you know.
Sure, but just on the armband thing, you know, with Skulkberger just getting the 8 weeks, that's why it didn't feel right. And if you can't wear an armband, stick it on your head.
Maybe South Africa's had too much time worrying about the elegant look of their armbands and thinking about beating the Lions in the 3rd test. Matthew Rees, he was in trouble as soon as he got up from that last ruck.
A blow for the Lions because Matthew Rees, replacing Lee Mears in this series, has really stepped up and more. So on comes Ross Ford for his Lions Test debut, and we have a Scotland player involved in the series for the first time as a player in the action. Dupree, who's been hobbling in this first half, has now felt one in the back.
Easy. Back you go.
Well, that incident sums up the problems with South Africa. Fourie Dupree is not used to getting line at the line, and Simon Shaw saw a chance to put pressure on the scrum half, and he certainly did that.
Green player went down for the ball.
The first contact that number 4 Red made with the knees in the back of 9 on the ground.
Okay.
And as he went down with him, the first contact was the knees.
Okay, I didn't see that. I saw him fall over, so it's knees there.
Yes.
Recommendation?
Yellow.
Okay, I agree.
A yellow card for Simon Shaw. Vinnie Munro, the assistant who stepped in. Stuart Dickinson hadn't seen it.
The first contact is with the knees.
So South Africa with the extra man either side of half-time.
And what a man for the Lions to lose, because Simon Shaw, like Rob Kearney, has played the first half of the 3rd test like he played the entire 2nd test. Now, South Africa, they've been so adept at taking advantage of opportunities, be it territory or numerically. They have to do something here at 3:15 down. Dupree did take a bang. Shaw just couldn't resist, giving him a little clatter there. Now you can see, well, he has gone in with the knee there. Is it deliberate? It's borderline. It is a penalty, no doubt about that.
Kankowski with the take.
Shaw out, Miles. That makes the drive dangerous, doesn't it?
And you could see the South Africans thinking exactly that, but Jamie Heaslip almost on his own there. And the Lions will be disappointed that the put-in has gone the other way. It seemed to be coming back on their side, and Heaslip points that out as we look at Simon Shaw in the sin bin. Points that out to Vinnie Munro, who's the man who put Simon Shaw in the sin bin.
Well, I just think the last 2 line-outs tell you just how sleepy South Africa are at the moment as Graham Rountree looks on for the scrum. Matfield slaps the ball to the ground, then the next one, Simon Shaw, one of the reasons he was called in the 2nd test was to stop the driving maul. He's off. South Africa have a great position, 22 metres out, and they really struggle to do anything with it.
And Gavin Hastings was making the point before kick-off that the Lions have made a habit of conceding points just before half-time. Here's Kankowski. Will they leak some points here? Well, South Africa will at least get the penalty for the go-to post, but John Smith wants more than that, and certainly the Lions hadn't retreated 10 metres. Of course, it's tempting not to with the Lions so close.
I've seen yellow cards for Andrew Sheridan's tackle on Smith. He went 1 metre. It's 5 metres.
Your player was clearly offside when the ball came out. Second one, just not taking the weight. On the engagement, they're just fading and not taking the weight. Second one, there a player here made a tackle on the man, not 10 metres, just getting to push back. Okay, you've already had one in the bin. You already had one. Yeah, but then the ball came out, he's offside. Back you go. Back you go.
Extra man.
Back you go.
South Africa get the free kick. Kankowski always looking to go. Now, South Africa, you know what they're going to do. There's no Simon Shaw. They made a hash of 2 line-outs, but they've got Victor Matfield there. He's the beacon of South African forward play. All of this home crowd expect the Boks to come back with a drive-in try here. It's expected.
And you know what's happening here. We're seeing a little game about to be played within the match as a whole. If the South Africans score, they will disappear into the changing room. to come out with a man advantage still at the start of the second half, believing they can turn this around in view of what's happened in this series. Can the Lions hang on? Olivier is dumped on the floor, and it's the Lions who get the penalty. Shane Williams, well, he wasn't really thinking about the quick one. He was just so excited. He wanted to pick the ball up and jump with glee, knowing that his side, because of the superb efforts in midfield, Flutie there, managed to keep South Africa out.
Well, Afia has been a danger in this half, but when the Lions needed the tackle, there was no weak inside shoulder that time. Flutie very strong, Jones ready. And the Lions, they're sort of hoping that they can just tick this clock on, so there won't be time for a line-out in their own half. The line-out will go. Good refereeing from Stuart Dickinson. He knew what was happening, and he wants some live play. Oh.
Well, we won't get the line out because it doesn't go out. And here's Kirshner.
Stay back, come back. Thank you.
Dupria. Last play of this first half now. Undungani. Stain. Tendai Umtaurira, aka the Beast.
Let it go.
It's the penalty just before half-time.
Same old story. Chance to get the ball off the field. It would have been a lot better for the Lions to have a throw into the line-out than what's happened since the miss kick. And still what might happen now, and Sean Edwards knows it. He's exasperated.
Shit 16-5 last week with a late penalty.
Okay, so he went up a little bit earlier. I thought I'll let that play. But it's still in the air. Mate, your bloke has gone up before he's even thrown it in.
So he's got to get the ball come down.
Yeah, that's right. But he's gone up earlier. So I said, we'll just play that as it is without stopping it. Mate, either you want me to blow it and they get the throw. Okay?
Well, John Smith is trying to... John Smith's saying, look, we couldn't drive that because we were taken out in the air. Last week it was 16-5, 16 at half-time. Will it be 15-6 this half? The Lions give a late penalty away again.
John Smith talks technicals. Mornay Stain just has his eyes on exactly that. The 3 points just before half-time. Shane Williams got the 2 tries, but one of the conversions fell off the kicking tee. Oh, this is far from done, we know that. South Africa, not at this point though, closing in on the perfect revenge of 3-0. There's still a reasonable distance between the two sides, but still a long way to go. Half-time, South Africa 6, the Lions 15.
Nah, you've got to go low. Tackle the hips. That's how they come down, all right?
Half-time here in Johannesburg. The Lions lead again, 9-point gap instead of the 8 points of last week. Can they reward the travelling faithful and themselves by holding on? Springboks, you know, will come back at them. We're interactive as well. If you press your red button, that's what you can access. Highlights, archive footage, match stats, etc. Right, let's hear from Donica O'Callaghan. He's speaking to Graham Simmons.
Donica, once again, I'm getting very, very excited. How thrilled were you by the first 40 minutes?
Yeah, an incredible first half. We just have to keep it on now, a bit like last week. Played really well for the first 40 minutes. Just got to back it up after half-time and keep playing. That's all we have to do. Keep playing, keep going through the phases, and it's great to see, like in such a test match environment, fellas just having a go and playing ball.
How popular a try scorer is Shane Williams after all the hard work he's put on this tour?
Yeah, I suppose a guy that didn't get much breaks on the tour, and to see him go in twice, great work by Ricky Flutie to put him in under the post. I think he's a popular guy in the squad and everyone's glad to see him score.
10 seconds left to tell me how you deal with the sin bin. You've got 6 minutes left without Simon Shaw. How do you work that one out?
Yeah, everyone's got up their work rate really and just put in a massive performance, and know that when he comes on in a few minutes time he's going to be full of beans and ready to go.
Good man, Donica. Thank you. Stay warm. Yeah. Good boy.
40 minutes away then from getting what many think this Lions squad deserved, a hard-fought test victory. Let's get straight back to Stuart Barnes and Miles Harrison.
Of course, at the scene of the 1995 World Cup final, Francois Pienaar, Nelson Mandela, all of that, one of sports, let alone rugby's most moving moments. A South African stronghold, this one defeat at Ellis Park since 1997, and that was against France. in 2001. That is the size of the task historically. What about the size of the task on the day, Stuart?
Well, we now enter that zone where we're not certain about the Lions. It's the second half. I think Donica O'Callaghan absolutely right. The Lions need to keep playing and keep going through the phases, but we're at altitude. Have the Lions got the stamina? Have the men, after 6 hard weeks, got the energy to keep going? The lungs will burn, but they're going to have to be big in this effort now. I could see Bismarck du Plessis on. I'd imagine at some stage Spieth will come on. There are some big guns coming on up front for the Boks.
Yes, du Plessis is on for Chili Boy Ralapele, and another change has been made in the back line. Ruan Pinar has replaced Fleury de Prier, who got a knock in the first half. Pinar played the first test at fly half. He's going to play scrum half here. There's Bismarck du Plessis. Combative in the first test, yes, but not at his best in this series. And he'll want to show the Springbok selectors that he is very much part of this team moving forward from this series into the Tri-Nations. But this series they want to win 3-0, and at the moment they're not set to do that. The Lions looking to keep playing, no doubt. They stalled last week in the second half. The loss of the props and the centres, of course, key in that. As staying clears with that now traditional score for South Africa just before half-time. Just over 5 minutes on the sin bin. And Carney overruns it, but he puts everybody on side. And there's Heaslip. He's having a strong game, Jamie Heaslip, and he's won that. Paul O'Connell, good pick-up by Stephen Jones. Martin Williams to Stephen Jones. Vickery, he's offloading out the side as well. O'Connell having a great presence around the field today, the captain. Finishing strongly. Sheridan. Phillips. Jones. That's Flutie. And that's the 22 of South Africa, Mike Phillips. Oh, he's driven back there. And you know who got him from the noise in the crowd on that far side, O'Connell.
Don't touch him, don't touch him.
It's through the phases, isn't it?
Certainly is. Williams. Penetration coming. And Heaslip has a go against the beast. And then it's one on the floor. Jacques Fourie was across and used his power. And now Shane Williams, the try scorer, the double try scorer, like Tom Croft was in the first test.
Come.
Only as far as Undungani, the twin brother of Akona Undungani. He's won 11 caps for South Africa. This odd was 4th. And eventually this passage of play is brought to an end, but not as good as it might have been for the Lions.
No, but they've killed a couple of minutes on the clock. Lads were talking at half-time about South Africa, the loss of Peterson and Habana, and I think that's been quite evident in this half. Undungani hasn't been that prominent, and Nokwe has stayed very much on his wing. He's extremely quick, but he has not got involved. If the Lions can just snuff out South Africa midfield, the back three aren't the threat that they were last week, and that really does play to the Lions' hands. I think if South Africa come at the Lions, they're going to try and come very hard through men like Bismarck du Plessis, who was stung by being dropped last weekend. It wasn't just a matter of rotating and resting. Points were made. They felt du Plessis did not play well enough, and that's always a dangerous player when he comes back from that situation.
Yes, big loss of experience in the back three. Kirshner on debut, and Undungani and Nokwe just 6 caps between them before today, 3 apiece. Here's Pinar to Steyn, and then Olivier, but Flute is in there making another very heavy tackle. Tommy Bowe came flying through, he left it to Phillips. Bowe was watching the outside man. Here's John Smith. Mike Phillips just keeps coming back for more. Brousseau gets his head down. Pinar. Here comes Fourie. And that's great work from the props. Amazing efforts from the 2 props last week, Jenkins and Jones, and not bad at all by Sheridan, Vickery, and Ford was there as well. And here goes Carney, and now it's Monya. And suddenly, the Lions putting their foot down there and accelerating away.
Stay back 5.
Phillips, Jones, Shane Williams. This is Heaslip. Oh, through! Tommy Bowe cuts inside. He was taken down. It was an important challenge. Might have been a try-saving challenge. Bowe was really shifting there. South Africa playing that on the wrong side. Stephen Jones thinks about the drop goal. Stephen Jones thinks about something else now. Williams to Sheridan. Release! Is the support there? He's told to release, and he certainly did. The Lions want it released. And listen to the Lions supporters now. Heaslip drives once more. Oh, it's a penalty for holding on the floor. Slowed down by Brosseau. He did his job there, all right.
Well, that will be seen as a chance gone there. The Lions. Sheridan tries to bulldoze his way over, and South Africa do defend well there. But again, wonderful continuity, and Sheridan, it was in the end penalised, but he and Phil Vickery's big hit on the South African back, so important. Once again, Brosseau secondary, and after Johan Smith, first of all, the Cheetahs back row, so experienced. They snuffled, they got out of the way, they earned the penalty. Brilliant stuff from the Cheetahs, but that was a chance for the Lions.
Must have been so close to a penalty when Muller was on the wrong side playing it.
Yeah, that's one of those, he says, let go. But Muller held it long enough to slow it down. Job was done. Clever play, poor referee in there.
And there's Muller again at the line out. Ken Koski flying in again, as he has done all afternoon. Kirshner. Pienaar looking to see what's on. Kankowski.
Stay back.
Pienaar. Steyn. Couldn't get it to Olivier, that was the aim. Here's Fourie. And that power again from Jacques Fourie. And here comes the speed from Ndungane. Good tackle by Monya. But that ball was passed brilliantly to Brosseau. And here's Pienaar. Will the extra man count here? Kankowski. Look a bit stretched on that far side. O'Connell knows it, but he's got a penalty. Enough disruption there from the captain, and he deserves those pats on the back. Flute is hurting. The Lions don't want to lose him.
Well, this has been 14-man stuff from the Lions as well. Shaw comes back now. Great defensive work. Kankowski a little bit loose. Paul O'Connell involved. Ricky Flutie down. Now, Ricky Flutie's been exceptional in the first half. Local paper yesterday, if Flutie read it, he must have been stung. They said he was an average Super 14 player who had improved slightly since he'd come to the Premiership. Well, he's made a few South Africans eat those words today.
He's made a bit of history as well as the first player on a major Lions tour to one of the big three to play for and against the Lions. Tom Reed in 1955 played for the Lions here in South Africa, and then against them for Eastern Canada. Not quite the same level of fixture, certainly back then in 1959. Phillips.
Carried back.
Nokwe to Kirshner.
That's horrible.
It was carried back in. Well, Zane Kirshner wasn't at his best in the emerging Springbok game. He got the promotion based more on his Super 14 play, but he's not looked too settled.
Well, there we could see Vickery and Sheridan. Fantastic work. That's what we were talking about 5 minutes ago. And Jacques Fourie is a key man today. And if the two Lions props can double tackle the most incisive South African midfielder, that lifts everyone. That's a lifting double tackle there. There's a big error from Kirshner.
Ford goes to the front to find Phillips. Back to Ford. Can he find the hand off?
Release 16, no touch.
Phillips again. O'Connell decides not to take it and gives it to Heaslip, who goes on once more. Phillips, Jones, Flutie comes, but might have wished he'd taken it now. Here's Carney. One more score here, and it really would be a long way back for South Africa, but it's another penalty, same offence.
Well, the Lions really are stretching South Africa, there's no doubt about that. That word you used at the top, they are liberated, and it's showing in the way they're playing, and South Africa are still not finding their rhythm. We saw the threat from Undingani with a lovely line, but right now the Lions are controlling the ball. Last week they kicked it away and they kicked badly, and it took all the impetus out. Today they're trying everything in their powers in this second half to hold on to the ball and stop South Africa gaining easy momentum.
Well, it's a good job Johan Muller didn't make contact there as he came in to that breakdown. Duplessis to Matfield, and then Olivier looking for Nokwe. But it's lost, and it's Shane Williams, and he loves it when it breaks up like that. And one or two little cracks start to emerge. Here's Jones, Monya waits, O'Connell's taking it on. And the Lions could have had no more effort than they've had out of their captain on this tour. Worsley. Ford, the replacement hooker. Hands in the ruck.
Just getting a little costly at the moment, isn't it? First 10 minutes of this half, 3 times the Lions have been pinned in this situation.
South Africa rattled. It's a challenge there between the two replacement hookers.
Whistle's gone. Stay out of it. Leave it. Yeah, back you go. It's been terrific so far. We don't want somebody being silly and spoiling what's a great game. Okay? All right? That's it. I don't want to see it anymore.
Now, Mornay Steyn, imperious last week, hasn't had such an easy ride, hasn't looked so good. And you can see he doesn't go for the 50-metre touch kick. But last week he was just dropping on the sixpence. This time it's more cautious. Finding Olivier involved there. Does very well defensively. And it's Ford, holds on to the ball. 2 green shirts there. Close off the line, penalty to South Africa. And a little bit of afters from the blue ball.
Still dominating possession in this match. Bismarck Duplessis to the tail this time, and Pienaar comes through the gap. Monya makes the tackle, but the offload is in to Brosseau, back on his feet. Smith is there. Pienaar, Steyn, Olivier. Shane Williams needs to get across. Here's Kirshner. Now he's dropped it. Did it go forward? It did.
Oh, in the first test it was the Lions missing those chances. In the second test in that corner it was South Africa taking them, and this time a golden chance gone. Tommy Bow in with the tackle, and Kirshner doesn't go low for the line early, unlike Jacques Ferry. He tries to be unselfish, and Bow's high tackle dislodges the ball. No try.
Shades there of the emerging Springbok try in Cape Town right at the end of the match. Kirshner, of course, played that night. He was dislodged. Well, what's happened to that scrum? Referee Dickinson says it was the Lions at fault.
Big decision here for John Smith, 6:15. Does his kicking machine go 9:15? It's a long way out. Or does they go into the corner and go for the try? They are a positive team. They're going for the latter. They're going for the 7 to get them right back in this game. Well, what you see there, what the Beast did, he got the initial snap. Forget about the technicality. They were on the front foot, and often referees see that, and they'll go to the team with the initial hit. That's what happened there.
Duplessis again, Kankowski. They're burying this line out. Not always to Matfield. Oh, look at Martin Williams. He's just typifying that effort and showing exactly how the Lions launched that back towards the 22 line.
Forward, take a step forward.
Need to try and shut out Brosseau, and they do that.
Right there.
Pienaar.
No, leave it 5, red captain.
Paul O'Connell is warned. Pienaar again, staying along the line. Olafia, here comes Monya! Monya's away! Nokway's quick, but I don't think he's that quick. Monya for the post, he's punching the air! It won't be a series win, but there are great qualities in this squad.
Well, Phil Vickery has done so well in the scrum, and Ugo Monya took a lot of criticism, some of it justified for his failure to finish in the first test, but in the third test he's reached out with a telescopic arm, and Nokway, he's the quickest man in the Springbok squad, but you can't give Monya this space. Look at that, one arm with the right hand, and he has gone. The Lions, they've been so positive in this second half. They've kept the ball, but it's from a South African attack, going for the try. The Lions get the turnover, the intercept, the try. Now it is a massive mountain for the Boks. Brilliant stuff.
And if there's any doubt, Stephen, change the kicking team. He wants to get on level ground. He does. No mistake that time. It's a 7-pointer. Flutie, though, is off.
Well, that's a great shame for Ricky Flutie. He's played well. But look at this. Right hand of Ugo Monya, puts it into the left just to make sure he's not going to lose it there. There's no South Africans in sight. And the Lions, they're not out of sight, but they're getting there.
And John Hayes is on for Phil Vickery. And it's Harry Ellis who has replaced Ricky Flutie.
Yeah, okay.
Scrum half for centre.
Yeah, no worries.
Because Phillips, I think, is coming up as well, as he thinks he's coming off. Monya has his moments of redemption.
Well, Hook has to come on then, doesn't he? It surely must be a double substitution.
I don't see Hook stripped off. Now is Phillips being told to get into the centre? I think he is, yes. Well, he's done an awful lot in this series, Mike Phillips, but his biggest test is coming now. Ellis scrum half, his Lions test debut. John Hayes too, but not Hook's yet.
Well, it's a mystifying call. Hook's picked to cover 10 and 12. Strange.
Here's Fourie. Kirshner.
Not held.
Pienaar. Dropped by Duplessis. Phillips.
Batters the beast.
Pienaar again. Olafia. There's Tommy Bowe. Now, is this lead big enough? Who knows? Knock on by Matfield. That'll do, because the Lions will get a chance here just to settle things.
That is Sean Edwards losing his control, and with good reason there.
Well, he backed his winger, didn't he? Nokway is the quickest man on the pitch, they reckon, but not as quick as Monya when he's got that start and that incentive for his 5th and most important try on tour. Kirshner goes off now. Francois Steyn back on. John Hayes, just to clear one up, by the way, did play against Argentina in 2005. There's some doubt as to whether that was official or not. Some say it was, some say it wasn't. Well, against the big three on tour, Hayes now, all those caps, 94 for Ireland, alongside Sheridan up front.
Come right up, Brett. Come right up.
Hell of a 24 minutes for John Hayes. So often an Irish hero, always a Munster hero. Can he find the tackles? Can he find the solidity? The Lions dominant at the moment.
Staying on.
A crabbing scrum, and then the Lions get it going forward. Ellis needs to get in there. Well, he leaves it to the forwards. Muller on the wrong side.
Play on, play on. Release.
Simon Shaw again. Ellis. Little chip from Stephen Jones. Here comes Francois Steyn. That's meat and drink to him. Tries to see off Phillips. And there's space there. A lot of space in behind Williams. That's just what South Africa wanted.
He's done that well, hasn't he, Franz Steyn? I wouldn't say he's been anywhere near his best this season or this series, but the way he just skipped away from the touchline, saw the space, had the vision and the boot. That's classic play from the box fullback replacement. But he kicks the ball out and it gives Lions ball control. And I must say today, I think Ross Ford's throwing has been much better than we've seen on tour. He's been very solid today.
Risen to the challenge. As so many of these Lions players have done on this tour. O'Connell, Shane Williams, dangerously close to being in front of Harry Ellis. But he's flying, he's trying to get on Dungani, and he's done that. Pienaar, Steyn, chance to move it. Olafia, Knockway, and Monye there. Pienaar again. Did he touch the line? Well, he has now.
It's very dangerous, isn't he, Pienaar? A man who's played most of his rugby at scrum half. We've seen one dart from a line out already. He looks one of the main threats to the Lions. Just loses his balance, and Stephen Jones makes sure he hits the heel into touch. Lions keep the ball. 22 to go, but South Africa never quit, especially here in South Africa, here in Ellis Park.
Staying attached. And remember the first test and what South Africa did to the Lions with the rolling maul. Well, it's not gone as far, by a long way, but it shows the improvement. Francois Steyn again. And Rob Kearney, but his shape was such that was never going to be knocked on. And he had plenty of time because of the length of the kick and that giant boot of Francois Steyn.
Again, I mean, Steyn sent it 60 metres, but his gain is only about 25. It's all well and good, Franz Steyn booting the ball down, but with Kearney kicking so well at fullback, the box will always be started from the line out in their half, and they haven't looked dangerous from 60 metres so far.
It's the one over the top to Heinrich Brousseau. Singing coming from the Lions supporters. Of all nations, different renditions. Here's Fourie, but look at that aggressive defence again. Harry Ellis was in midfield that time. And it's a Lions penalty now. Is there the distance in the boot here of Stephen Jones?
Just look at the line of the Lions defence. Really good. And Harry Ellis here putting pressure, and that's why the Springboks can't get wide. All afternoon they have struggled. Ellis steps in, Olivier is forced inside. Box always being pulled back into the tackle. Really good organised defence from the Lions.
Too far for Jones. But Rob Kearney feels that it's on.
Well, with the tour he's had, you'd expect him to just smash this through, but it's Mornay Stain range, and Carney is not a Mornay Stain of a kicker, but he's gifted, and when he strikes, he can be very sweet.
What a bonus 3 points if Carney gets this. Rob Carney, where's it going? It's going wide. And Stain, with the Francois variety. Bow. Phillips. Carney and Phillips after this. Not going to get close enough though to Mornay Stain, but he takes his time there. Tommy Bow. It's meant for himself as he blocked. Inevitable cries from the Lions fans. He slipped there again. How's he stayed on his feet there? Been driven on, but great technique by Heaslip. He was parallel with the ground.
Well, there's a number of players, Heaslip and Sheridan amongst them, who have gone into the tackle and they have worked the legs. Earlier in the tour, 1 or 2 players took the tackle too early and the likes of Brosseau stole it. Here, well, he's almost being held up by a combination of Brosseau smuggling, trying to steal the ball. It keeps his back off the ground, it keeps the Lions going forward. That was almost the excellence of the open side, hurting his own team.
Heaslip needs to work here, gets it to Harry Ellis. That's a cul-de-sac. O'Connell. And when you think how many players now have been through the series from both sides, it has been a total squad effort.
So physical, it's never, the days of 15-a-side matches at this level are long gone. Turnover.
Sadly for the Lions, that is not long gone. The ability or inability to retain the ball, ability to concede it. Here's Olivier to Francois Stain, who targeted Monye there, but he sort of went with him. Jacques Ferry inside, Nokwe. Stuart Dickinson says penalty, and you can understand why.
It's a good play there. Olivier really ran a nice line there, and you saw the power of Stain. Monye made the tackle, but Jacques Ferry tried to work his way down that short side. He loves to do that. Stephen Jones gives the penalty away, but in the circumstances, it wasn't the worst penalty. It wasn't the worst penalty because it could have been quick ball. Jacques Ferry is very alert, and Stephen Jones is quick to make Phillips first of all, and then Jones takes Nokwe out. Can't go for the 3 points now, Miles. 16 points down with 16 to go.
Well, that's interesting. Spieth is on. Of course, he used to be a winger. His father was a winger all the way through his career.
He'll be very different. Nokwe didn't come off his wing. He will be battering midfield. He's a dangerous runner.
The ball is looking to snort, and here he comes, but the whistle prevents him from going on. Not straight. Paul O'Connell, well, looking by the shape that he's forming, he's already decided on the scrum. Referee wants it just clarifying.
Very interesting move bringing Spieth on. It just changes everything. He can be a decoy as well, but time now is really ticking fast against the box.
There was a big discussion before that last penalty whether to go for 3 points.
It's too late now.
But they need the 3 scores, don't they? Ellis, Jones, Stain, Francois Stain's going for the 3 points with a long drop goal. Well, he's ambitious, we know that. And more often than not, they do not come off.
Well, when you're 16 points behind with 15 minutes left and you're inside your own 10-metre line, that is aimless, stupid showmanship. That was a wonderful strike, don't get me wrong. But if you're looking for 3 points, then go for Mornay Stain 40 metres out, not a drop goal 65. That was unthinking play from Stain.
Tom Croft is on for Joe Worsley. Joe Worsley's final Lions game, his first Lions test. And he's been a major part of this effort. And Ngangi's speed got him there, but the presence of Heaslip, too much. Ellis back in the 22, Jones knows that. Francois Steyn. Oh, no drop goal from there, but a strong run again. Very strong run indeed. Was looking for space. And there's another penalty. Now, will they have the same sort of discussion? Well, Brosseau and Williams.
Well, Martin Williams making sure there was no quick tap and go there.
As he always does.
Oh, this is very interesting now. 14 minutes to go. This kick goes over. It's 9:22. It leads them 2 converted scores to win the game.
Well, they're banking on getting the scores in reverse order, if you like.
Look at Martin Williams there. He's got the ball between his knees. You can throw me all over the place, Heinrich, but you ain't getting the ball.
And he never stops smiling, Martin Williams there. And nor should he if he finally gets a Lions test start and is a winner. But that is still a question mark.
This might be South Africa's last chance. This has to go over.
Yep, has to go over. Morné Steyn. As it did last week to win the game. And it does this week to keep South Africa in this one.
Well, that man can kick under pressure. Magnificent kicker there, the South African bench. You can see not quite nothing went his way today.
But why didn't they do that the first time and not waste valuable time if that was going to be the ultimate call?
Ball 15 metres infield, slightly easier. Now the Lions, they must stop kicking. They've got to keep the ball in hand. The first 10 of the second half was superb. They've got to go forward and play, not hang on.
And Ngani. That was Alan Wynne-Jones, who is now on the field, and that's Morné Steyn who gets the ball off it.
Well, that's a great tackle from Wynne-Jones because it's just pinned South Africa down. Ngani has to dummy, has to go. That's fine play, very agile, very mobile. And look how quickly Wynne-Jones is on his feet as well.
We had 2 classic tests, make that 3, but will we have a winning Lions test? O'Connell has got right across there.
No hands, no hands! Back 5, green! Run away!
Like he was jumping out of a tree there, O'Connell. Ellis. The Lions don't want to slow this down. They don't want to stop playing.
No, they don't. But they have to keep the ball here at the moment.
But equally, every minute is a valuable one. O'Connell, Heaslip. Ellis. Again, it's blindside from Ellis and Williams. Oh, where's that pass going? Stephen Jones. Croft. And he's robbed of the ball. And Ngani comes in. Phillips hacks on. He was pulled back slightly, still might make it, but the bounce of the ball takes it Faree's way. Phillips is going back in for more. Francois Steyn.
That'll do.
I haven't seen one punch thrown there. There's been shots and pulling. The Lions, the clock has stopped, but again, it's lifted the Lions fans.
By the way, welcome to the Coliseum now. All supporters standing up.
So after the run,
yes,
the number 9, the red, stay in front of the player, green.
Yes.
You blow the whistle, and after the 6 green, pull the player on number 9 red on the jersey and pull down number 6 green.
This man here.
Yeah, number 6 green.
That's this player
6 green,
here.
No, 6 green with
okay.
6 green.
Right. So it's just out here.
Yeah.
So
Pull down unnecessarily. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Just a reprimand.
This might be the match.
Cool.
Well, it's Phillips and Brousseau,
bringing him in
plus the captains. Can you spell something burning?
Well, there's Corday in the air. I think Brousseau's unlucky.
Need you to calm down. Cool heads. Okay? Cool heads. All right? Still. We needed to calm down. I'm going to penalise green here. 9, move forward. Your players grab the player. Okay? Which has started it all. Okay? Wanted cool heads. Okay?
This is a tough call. Heinrich Brousseau pulled Mike Phillips away from the frame. And as someone from Britain and Ireland, I'm delighted with the decision. But I have to say, Brousseau just pulled Phillips out of it. It has to be the penalty now.
Harry Ellis walked forward as if to take a quick one, but do the maths, and we know what's coming here.
Now, Mike Phillips stops Frans Steyn. He's actually done nothing at all. Spieth is involved. Now, watch Brousseau. He comes in, he grabs the man, and he's just saying, get away. That is not a penalty. If that's a penalty, then I don't know what's been happening for the other 72 minutes.
Absolutely. In view of what's going off elsewhere, how do you signal that one out? So single that one out.
Well,
or even signal that one out.
I think Christophe Burdos might be thinking it's not so far from the English Channel to France, because that's a crazy decision. And you know, Mike Phillips went away and he was delighted not to get penalised. He was delighted. He didn't believe the penalty was coming.
Incredulous look from John Smith. Steely look from Stephen Jones at the post. The ball goes through them, and that might be the match. You hesitate to say it on this tour.
Well, you've got to say luck has not favoured the Lions in the ensuing tests. They've got a little break here, and Jones has taken full advantage yet again.
25-9, Steenkamp is on for the beast. And Carsten's too. And the penalty has been given where the ball landed.
Stupid.
South Africa has lost their rag. It's all going off out there. And right next to the pitch is Dowie. What's it like down there, Dowie?
Unbelievable. It's kicking off. All the fans are over us here, going absolutely wild and mad, and it's just absolutely fantastic to be down here. Simo's next to me. He's gone hoarse. I don't know what I can say. It's just brilliant. It's what this British and Irish Lions touring parties deserve. They could have won last week, and they will win this week. I predicted it. Not many other people did. I'm just absolutely delighted.
Last night, I had a chat with my old mate Gareth Chilcott. We had a panel of 5, Dowie.
We did.
4 people said the Lions would win. What do you mean? You're the only one. The only bloke who didn't was
from
me.
the Sky people, exactly you. That's what I'm saying, Barrel. But I love you,
right,
mate.
boys,
I love
calm
you.
down, Stephen Jones. That's surely the winner now. Surely.
Simmons maintains his poise. Morris has lost his voice and his composure. It's going to be a great night for the Lions fans. It will be a consolation, but 9:28, as consolations go, is a pretty glorious one. The Lions have earned this one. They played superbly again.
And they have now equalled their highest ever score against South Africa in a test match. That happened back in 1974, that famous tour, never to be forgotten tour. Harry Ellis and Hugo Monnier wasn't there, but Sheridan down. And at last they have the cushion. Maybe they can start to enjoy this final 7 minutes. They knew they would be seen as being on the ropes, but the Lions didn't see it that way. They have not stopped fighting. Here's Spies. And in that run from Spies, you saw what 3-0 means to South Africa. Kankowski. But still without a try today, the home side. Smith's back. He'll lift the trophy, but he won't be a winner on this day, surely now. Pienaar is Steyn and Francois Steyn too.
So powerful, isn't he? Turned over.
So too the Lions here, power at the breakdown. Been getting stronger and stronger in that department as the tour has gone on, but they concede a penalty.
But it doesn't really matter, because South Africa will take 30 seconds either kicking a touch or they've got to tap and go. They need scores every time they get into the lines. 22 now. Shuan Smith fending Jones, but Phillips, who has been excellent in the centre, defensively so strong. The Lions don't care about giving penalties away. They could shell them like peas. South Africa have to score every single attack.
And they do care about giving tries away.
Oh yeah.
Not just because of the possibility of a remarkable comeback, because that's what it will be now, but also we'll go back to that word pride, keeping the Springboks out at Ellis Park, 2-0 up in the series.
Spies.
Spies indeed. Here comes Steenkamp, left to Pienaar, the captain who started the series with a try from short range. Now it's gone wide. Shane Williams, and the finish is it from Ndungane. Is that the try for South Africa?
He's not in touch. Check the ground.
That looks a very fine finish.
You there, Bryce?
Echoes of Fourie.
Chicken try or no try?
Referee said he's not in touch. Check the grounding.
Good.
It's been referred to Bryce Lawrence, the television match official. Where's that foot going?
Try. What's the grounding? His foot's all right, Miles, isn't it?
I think it's more the grounding than the touch.
Yeah. There's that ghost line there which fooled a few people. Now, try, no doubt. Oh, his foot is very close to the touch line, but I think that's a try. I give that. Reluctantly. It's 9:28, I give that.
Well, the Lions wouldn't agree.
Want that back view from behind.
His toes are so close.
It is grounding, isn't it? The point of impact with the ball as it hits
to go
the turf.
Got to just take it back a frame. Needs to be a little bit tighter. On that angle, you have to give it. But the last one we saw that was a little bit tighter.
Well, that's interesting, because that last replay establishes exactly, the time when the foot is planted.
Well, that one, there's just too many feet.
Yeah, that was too far away. This a little bit closer. There's a lot of doubt here.
It's a matter of half a millimetre, isn't it? His right foot.
You're right, no problem at all. No problem.
Apology from the video official. It's taking a long time, but I think he needs to.
There's no need for you to be out there. No, there's no need for you to be out there.
Hugo Monya's run up to the kicking tee to say it's not going to be a conversion, South Africa. Referee has sent him back. Still one more replay required.
Dare I give the try. TMO, over to you.
Thanks, sir.
So tight.
Oh, I'm not so sure. Just the way the line flicks up, it's just at that point of impact. When is he getting that ball down? It's not down there. Oh dear, that's so close.
When you run it through, it doesn't help.
Stuart, the player is in touch prior to grounding.
Okay, just confirming foot in touch prior to grounding.
Foot in touch.
The Lions are going to love this.
5 minutes scrum.
Line out.
Okay, time out. No try.
Oh, Sean Edwards loves that. Look at that. And still they do not pass our line. Last week, that's a try. This week, the Lions turned it around, and it's South Africa who can't take their one big chance as David Wallace comes on for the heroic Martin Williams. And that is it.
Alan Wynne-Jones takes less than 4 minutes. Result is done. It's about keeping South Africa out now. Pienaar. Smith. And the monumental Mike Phillips is there again.
He is a beast of a scrum half. He's so powerful, isn't he? He's just standing up to the waves of green attackers in the midfield. Lions know this game is theirs, but they're still playing so positively. Phil Vickery, redemption. So much stick 2 weeks ago. He played his part. Monya, so much stick. He's played his part. This has been a very proud, very defiant Lions performance.
Stand up. You're both there down here. So I need you closer. Yeah, exactly. Come on up. Bit more. Bit more.
A try that took it away from South Africa. Hugo Monya's broke them.
Engage. Thank you. Get a touch. Get up. All right. Just come up. Yeah. Come right up. Come right up. It's 2 minutes.
And now it's not about keeping South Africa out. Maybe it's just for one last flourish from the Lions. Or is that asking for too much?
You want a bonus point, Miles? 4 tries.
So it's a bonus win. It's certainly that. Scrum goes on. Ellis says chase that to Monya, and also put South Africa back on their heels once more, where they've spent the majority of this match.
Chase that, Hugo, and get out of jail, Francois. Smart play from Harry Ellis. No need to do anything other than the percentages now. South Africa will have to throw this one, but the game has gone. The game has gone. It's been a fine performance from the Lions. More than that, it has been a huge effort in this test.
Pienaar. Mornay Steyn reduced to the 50-50 option, but it suddenly swings Olifier's way to 100%. Pienaar again. Lions try and spoil another, and they've got another.
Easy, easy.
Phillips to Bow. wait for the glorious finish, if not the series win. Shane Williams looking for the hat-trick. Wallace goes on. Williams, O'Connell.
Release now, Green, release! Off your feet, he's off his feet. 6 is off his feet. 9, settle down, 9 red.
Just listen to that singing, that chanting.
Get onside!
Ball will receive no more oxygen now.
The Lions are going to salvage a test win from the series. Not quite yet.
Easy, easy.
Ian McGeechan.
That's the hooter.
His final Lions moments. Little smile at that last penalty. Monya's looking for another interception, so too Bow. There goes Spieth. We know what's coming here. Heaslip must be right there towards the top of the list for man of the match. But to pick out one player today, how stupid would that be? Stephen Jones. And Willie John McBride said loyalty. You can't buy it, you can't even ask for it. Well, Paul O'Connell gave it, and he got it too. A salvage test win from a series that many will say should have been theirs. But today, it's certainly theirs. This is some achievement in view of the series score at the start of the day. At the home of the world champions, the Lions had to act like world champions to rescue this one. A team to be proud of in defeat last week, and a team to be proud of in victory this week.
I'll take you back to Warren Gatland yesterday. Said at the press conference, the Lions have a huge amount to get right because they'd lost their 2-0 series already. He said if they lost, there would be nowhere to hide. That was his word. It's a test of the players' character. They have overcome that test with incredible courage and full marks. This was a brilliant effort from the Lions. When you're 2-0 down at the end of a long season, it's so hard. You could go off tour, you could think we've been so unlucky, it's not our week. The Lions have talked about just how together they have been throughout. They've talked about how they bonded as a group of men. Ian McGeechan has said, we will keep going, we deserve the win. They have got this win. They've ended up the 3 matches aggregate winners, but that counts for nothing because South Africa took the chances they needed to, and the Lions didn't in the first 2 tests. But in the 3rd test, with Shane Williams getting a brace, with Monya getting an interception, it was 3 tries to 0, and the Lions will finish this tour with their heads held very high indeed. The Lions fans, Miles, are going to have a great night in Johannesburg.
Well, that's it. 6 weeks, 10 matches. Sounds so ordinary when you put it like that. But once again, the Lions have given us a lifetime of memories. What a series, a truly memorable series. And for our team, from our part of the world, not a winning series this time, but memories that will not be forgotten nevertheless. Well done, South Africa. Regardless of what happened today, your series, thank you, South Africa. As always, it's been lekker.
There will be plenty of fond memories taken away from this tour, I can assure you of that. And a fine end as well to what will go down in history as an epic series. Could have, should have, perhaps. But in the end, 2-1 to South Africa and 28-9 the final score here this afternoon in Johannesburg. Got to take your hats off to all the players. They stuck at it, didn't they, when they could have laid down and died, but the rugby coming your way. Next weekend is the start of the Currie Cup, back to Loftus Versfeld for the Blue Bulls against the side that play here, the Golden Lions, from 2 o'clock on Sky.
Hey lads, we've got a big game tomorrow.
So get your heads down, okay?